I wake up. Yeah.
I wake up, flex, thumb down now.
Check.
No drip, this
Wet.
Tell 'em run it up. No sleep, no
Rest.
Might crash, might
Wreck.
but first die.
Stretch.
Tell 'em run it up. I wake up,
Flex.
thumb down now.
Check.
No drip, this
Wet.
Tell 'em run it up. No sleep, no
Rest.
Might crash, might
Wreck.
but first die.
Stretch.
Tell 'em run it up.
9 out of 10 roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely. Turned to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me. I'm number one up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady. The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy. Put in my hours, send the invoice and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ and Tom Brady. I wake up,
Flex.
thumb down now.
Check.
No drip, this
Wet.
Tell 'em run it up. No sleep, no
Rest.
Might crash, might
Wreck.
but first die.
Stretch.
Tell 'em run it up. I wake up,
Flex.
thumb down now.
Check.
No drip, this
Wet.
Tell 'em run it up. No sleep, no
Rest.
Might crash, might
All right.
Bang. Got it.
This is a brand new episode for me because normally all of our podcasts are, hour-long episodes where we talk and get to know anglers. You are the first ICAST interview based off winning an event. So this is brand new for me, brand new for you. This is going to be fun.
Yep.
You excited for this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited. All right. So obviously you guys won Event 10 at Kinkaid Lake on March 18th, which was this past weekend. Now you can share as much as you want. You can share as little. You can be kind of vague. But I do kind of want to get some insight on, so this way we can give some, some feedback on some kids that were at the event so that they can kind of get a little insight, a little bit about you guys and how you did and all that. So, but first, congratulations on the big win.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And big bass.
Yep.
That was pretty amazing. So when you weighed it, how much did it weigh in your scale?
Around
613. Yeah, we had 613.
Yeah. It's a big bass, man. 1 ounce away from tying the all-time ICAST record. How about that?
Yeah, this is a new personal best for me too.
That's awesome, man. So, how was netting that fish, Brady?
The whole catch of that bass was quite stressful. 'Cause we were probably like 25 feet off the bank, but we were fishing a lay down, and I casted Brady casted first, and he casted about 3 feet off this lay down. And I casted on the lay down, and he said, "What'd you say?"
I said, if I don't get a fish, you'll get a fish.
Yeah, and very 2 reels in, it was snagged. I was snagged up on this lay down, and I just had tension on it. And I was like, "We gotta start going back." And then my rod just kind of started hopping a little bit. I was like, "Oh, that's a fish." She had me wrapped up. We were about 15 seconds because she had me wrapped up all around this lay down, and Brady was backing the boat up. My dad was at the back of the boat with the net, and I had 12-pound mono. And I just had my drag really light, just trying to keep tension on. And yeah, she wrapped me around 3 different parts of this lay down.
Ooh.
But eventually we got the boat backed up and netted her, and we were so excited about that because we didn't catch a fish for 4 hours before that.
Also, you guys blanked for 4 hours until that fish.
We had one
We had one.
1 pounder
Right at the start.
right at the
Okay.
start. Yeah, 3 minutes in, and we caught that first fish. But yeah, we were just so excited because that was totally changed the game.
Yeah, that's awesome. Obviously, we got to give a little bit of introduction. So we'll go from left to right. So on our left, we have Gabe K. You go by Gabe or do you go by Gabriel?
Gabe.
So we got Gabe K. And then we got Brady Holtgrave, right?
Yep.
All right. And we are from West Glen High School. Did I pronounce it right? I feel like I've been pronouncing it right this whole
Yeah.
time.
It was fun.
Yeah, all right. So, and these guys, they took first, and the unique thing about Gabe qualified to the Clash all by himself back in Event 1 on Jacksonville, but he was partnerless. So the way it works, by BASS rules, every unique boat, which means a combination of kids or by themselves, that's a unique boat. So Gabe fishing by himself technically was a unique boat. As soon as Gabe and Brady became partners, they're a brand new unique boat. So even though Gabe qualified, this unique boat of Gabe and Brady have not qualified for the Clash. So, and Gabe knew that going in. I mean, we talked about you. We talked with you and your dad about that. And I remember you guys at the awards saying, no, we're confident we're gonna requalify. And first event, bang, right out of this chute.
Yeah.
You qualify, you win the event. I mean, all the stress is gone. So I think that's really cool for you guys, because now you get to fish kind of like how you've been fishing since event 1, kind of stress-free, and you're just trying to win. You're trying to do the best. Where that's kind of like how you've been fishing this whole time. So now you get a partner. And Brady, I guess for you, all that stress is gone too, because you've already qualified and you don't have to feel like, oh, I got to perform well so that Gabe and I requalify. So since Brady, you're kind of new to the series, what'd you think of the whole events, the setup and all of that? Because that was your first event with ICAST, right?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool walking into like all the people at the boat ramp and seeing all the people lined up and really just going out there and having a good day fishing.
Yeah. Now, obviously, the weather was brutal, so
Not
can't really judge the event based off the weather. I mean, this whole weekend weather was just, it was rough. But you know what I would say? All the kids that fished, whether it was Saturday and Sunday, dude, you kids are rock stars. All of you. Not a single kid complained. Well, at least to me, they didn't complain. I'm sure you guys complained how cold it was, but you fished. You know, I guarantee you the majority of adults and adult tournaments will all have quit or not even shown up to the tournament and say it's not worth it. But every single kid essentially showed up and fished. And I think that is, I mean, that says a lot. And this is where the industry of our fishing organization is kind of going. Kids are starting to rule the tournament side of fishing because you are starting at a young age, you're getting good, and you're going to be a lot better than some of these adults. All right, so let's walk us through this this event from start to finish. You guys can kind of chime in and work off each other from start to finish. Explain the takeoff, fish 1, fish 2, because what did you guys have, a total of 4 fish or 3 fish?
Three fish.
3 fish, that's right. So you had the big kicker, which was 6 pound 13 ounces. I mean, that thing's belly. I mean, the picture does not do it justice, right?
That thing's fat.
Oh, fat. I mean, when I saw that, I was like, oh, dude, it was amazing. So, I mean, it was so cool. So walk us through this event. I mean, give us some insight, your mindset. What were you guys fishing? If you want to share, if you don't want to, it's okay. And what were you guys doing?
Yeah, we got a really good boat number. We were 15th, which was probably a pretty good player because we just immediately kicked it down the lake. And we, in our practice, we stayed out of the clear water for the most part. We caught all of our fish in dirty water. And the bait we used came in play for our practice too. And so we immediately just kicked it to the back. And yeah, like I said, the first fish was like the first 3 minutes. And we were just like dirtier water, spring colors, and we were just fishing that like 10 to 20 foot water and hitting like wood, a lot of wood.
Yeah.
And rock.
Most points.
Yeah. Secondary points. We just stayed back in the creek and yeah, we just caught that first one and then it was just like it was a grind. We were just
It was a long wait.
Yeah, long wait for that. We ended up leaving our first spot hitting stuff that I've hit before. Didn't get anything there, and then we decided just like try out this new spot. Haven't tried before, and there was a good amount of boats there too. There was like 3 or 4
Yeah.
right in this little cove, and we've been seeing boats come out of this area the whole time we were making our way in there, and we came up to that big laydown where we caught that 6, and there were like 3 boats that just hit the same laydown, like just came off of it. We were just following behind people,
Yeah.
and there were 2 boats still in that area when we caught that fish. And
So
Brady was like,
did they see it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I turned around and I saw the people's jaws hit the deck of the boat.
Now, did they kind of give you like a little bit of congratulations or like type of thing, or
they were a little bit far away, and to be honest with you, I wasn't paying attention to them at all.
you're just so excited?
Yeah. That fish totally just changed the whole thing for us.
Yeah.
And we ended up just staying back. We didn't touch any clear water at all.
And then
And
later in that cove, we made our way around that cove and right on the exit side of that one little, I guess you call it like a secondary cove. It's a cove inside of a cove. And then we fished another laydown, and he happened to put down his lure, and I'm like, I'll fish that. And first cast, I caught 3-pounder, which really helped us out a lot.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because that 3-pounder, let's see, I'm looking at the standings. Let's see, 3-pounder would have, let's see. Yeah, so you had 12-1, Naperville North had 8-8. So you'd still be in first, right? You'd be around 9 pounds. So yeah, that, I mean, it gives you that cushion, right? Especially on that day with it being so cold, right? You know that kicker, you probably already felt good thinking, oh, we got top 10, right?
Yeah, once we caught that 6, because we thought we were safe, but
Yeah.
we just needed to get like more fish, obviously try to get more fish on top of that, but we just felt like safe at least with what we had. And Brady's fish came off of more wood. We were just fishing wood most of the time.
Nice. Now, are you guys familiar with this lake? You guys fished a lot?
I've fished it probably 4 or 5 times now, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, I've fished this lake quite a bit.
So you feel comfortable, Brady?
Yeah, I fished this lake with my father and my brother, who's on
Nice.
the mechanical fishing team.
Okay, so you, I mean, if you obviously some people, if you don't know, Brady's dad is the head coach, right, at Westland High School.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so what took you so long to start fishing our events, dude?
Last year, I was on a different baseball team, and it really took a lot of time out of my week. And then this year, he's like, "Hey, you want to come fish this with me?" And I'm like, "Well, I ain't playing baseball. Let's do it."
So yeah, I mean, I think you guys are going to be a fun team to watch if you guys kind of keep fishing the way you are. And I mean, Gabe, the events that you fished with us, you've been done really solid. I mean, I just looked up your all-state points. You're currently at 24 all-state points, and 26 is the cutoff line for top 24. So you have a really good chance if you guys keep fishing and fish some of these events to keep collecting more points. Brady, you are essentially at 10 points now because you took that first place. So you're not too far behind. You can obviously catch up. Being in the West Central Division, you have some pretty good competition. You got the Edwardsville kids, Evan and Richard. You got Drake and his partner Holt from Rochester. So 4 really good kids, 2 good teams. And then it's essentially you, Gabe, by yourself because you were fishing. And then you also have Briley and Jake from West Central. And then we have our reigning angler of the year of Lane Argo, just not too far behind. So you guys kind of have a stacked region, and it's so fun to watch these standings and fun to watch old kids that have done it before, new kids like you, and kind of see how good you guys are. And I think that's such a cool thing. And I'm super happy when I see a lot of these new schools, new teams, new kids do so well because, you're kind of putting your name out there and people are starting to recognize you. Like I think after this weekend, people are gonna know who both of you guys are, right? Some of them already know who Gabe K is, right? Now we got to let people know who Brady is, right?
Yeah.
So, and I think it'll come, Brady, it'll come. So, so after you caught those 3 fish, how confident do you think you felt after you got that 3-pounder, Brady, for your team? How confident do you feel? Like, you know what, we got about 9 to 12 pounds. What are we thinking?
Really, after we caught that last fish, it was like, okay, we got 3 pretty nice fish in the boat. And then it was around, I'd say 2 o'clock, and we just fished that one bank and it was already time to go in. We really were just like, we got nice fish in the boat. Let's hope we did pretty good.
Yeah. Now, with having those nice fish in the boat, did it make it warmer outside, or was it just still that brutal outside?
Yeah, it warmed up a little bit.
Yeah.
And I don't really like remember the 4 hours of fishing where we didn't catch anything. Like it was just like that 6-pounder kind of just like wiped the rest of the day clean. Like I totally was just focused on just finishing up the day strong, and we sure did, especially with that 3-pounder. The 3-pounder really sealed the deal. I really felt pretty confident after that we made top 3, because I just know like it was just a grind for everybody. Like nobody had like a crazy good day, I'd say. And it was just like we were lucky to be using what the fish wanted, and just be able to stay there and put it through the whole time. And yeah, I'd say if I would have totally been understanding if we only caught that one bass right off the rip, because it was a tough day.
Yeah. I was kind of afraid. You know what's funny? I pay like $20 this premium $20 weather app just because I'm super crazy and I always want to know what the weather's like moving forward. And I've been checking it out for 3 weeks in advance, and it shows 3 weeks and then it shows 2. And the weather didn't look too bad, but the closer we were getting, the weather was getting worse and worse. And I'm like, no, we can't have bad weather. Like we have such a huge boat field at Kinkaid, such a large field at Egypt. Like it's going to be an awesome weekend. We can't have this ruined, right? And I'm thinking this is going to stink. And it was. The weather was bad. It was tough. Yeah. But again, like I said earlier, I mean, you kids are way tougher than people give you guys credit. And I find more and more, and I think Gabe, you could probably attest to this. Some of these kids out here, I mean, we got some good anglers in this state, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, and I love it. I love that you guys are getting exposed. People know who you are. You guys are getting this time in the water, the experience of tournament fishing and like competing. I love competition. So I'm super glad that we can give you guys this platform to compete and like just show off your skills. So yeah, I think this event was awesome. It was really cool. And I'm really happy that you guys won, because for 2 reasons. Because I know you guys were you were getting a partner, and it just, I felt happy because now you 2 are just qualified, and then now we can fish, kind of like how you have been fishing. I kind of referenced that earlier. I do have bias towards a lot of these kids and teams. Like anytime someone wins, I'm always happy for them. I don't care who it is. If I known them from like the other events, like I'm just always happy for them. So it's really cool, especially for you, because like I said earlier, now it's let's go fishing, just get top 5 and get some all-state points, and let's show everybody how good this Westland team is, right?
Yeah.
So what's the plan going into the next event? What are we doing here?
Oh, I haven't even hardly thought about that.
It's a month.
We do have, it's a month away. You know what's funny? I got home late Sunday night. I mean, super late. Like I wouldn't say, let's see. I think I rolled into my drive around 11 o'clock, and I'm like, halfway sleeping, and I'm on my computer. I'm like, I gotta finish these stats. These kids need to see their all-state points. And I'm like dozing off a little bit. And I'm like, you know what? I'll finish this tomorrow. And I'm thinking, man, we are a month away. That's way too long. I was like so jacked up, ready to go. And I know we're gonna be swarmed with events coming up, but
Yeah.
I just love ICAST. It's so fun. Like this is so fun. And yeah, so I mean, you got to start thinking about it. You guys fishing East Fork and Newton?
Yep.
Yeah. Now for East Fork, have you fished it before?
I don't think so.
I have not.
Oh, I like it. So now you really got to put in some work and do some homework. So this way we can, it's only 60 boat field. There is a cap at that event. I heard 60's plenty of boats, and it'll fish kind of tight, but not extremely tight. And then you guys have fished Newton before, I'm assuming.
No, I
No,
I think
once. Oh man, you know what? I cannot wait to see the results for you guys. Because I love when kids go in, never fish, because I think sometimes we're so stuck in like fishing our past that you overthink things, and then now you just kind of go in there and fish. I think you're gonna surprise some people. Let's hope, right? Knock on wood.
A lot of these lakes I've never fished before. Like I've really stayed into this southern Illinois area.
Yeah.
And anywhere up north at all is usually just new territory.
Yeah. That's the cool thing about this series, right? You're kind of forced to, dude, let's fish this event and let's see how it goes. So what bodies of water do you usually call your home and just fish around that entire time?
For now, it's Kinkaid Lake is our kind of home region, but the past 2 years it's been Wren Lake and like Kinkaid and Egypt areas. Pretty much those main lakes.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of Wren. And I heard it's good. We just went on a bad day and it was brutal. Oh man.
I'd say spring is the absolute worst for there.
Oh yeah. I've learned my lesson. In the spring, I'll never go back to Wren. Dude, it was tough. I think 4 boats out of 80 something boats caught fish.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, rub it in. I felt so bad for those kids, man. It was brutal. Even the juniors, every single junior didn't catch a fish, and I had the plaques to give away. I'm like, all right, let's do a cast off. Who wins the plaques? That's essentially what we did. Man, that's rough. But I heard when it's hot, summer, fall, I heard Wren Lake is not bad.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Coffeen, you guys signed up for the Coffeen event since this is kind of like your home lake.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so we're gonna come out swinging on that one, aren't we?
Yeah, hopefully.
All right. So, Brady, are you familiar with the all-state points and stuff? As Gabe kind of like brought you up to speed with that kind of stuff?
I mean, I've heard about all-state points and stuff like that, but like I really kind of don't know what it's all about. I know
so I'm gonna give you a little insight. Let's give you some little education. So the way All-State works is we're trying to highlight who the best anglers are in this entire state of Illinois. So based off how you fish, you earn points. Every event, the top 30% earn points. First place earns 10 points. Second through the top 10% earn 8 points. 11 through the top 20% earn 6. And then 21 to the top 30 earn 4 points. So in all ICAST events, that's the point value. So when you guys fish East Fork, if you land in the top 30%, you'll gain those points. And obviously the higher you finish, the more points you gain. So right now, the way I would look at it for you, Brady, I would look at trying to be in the top 13 to 24 place, because those 4 kids above you, well, essentially 5, because Gabe's in front of you, kind of had a whole fall head start, right? Gabe, you are in you're in swinging distance to those kids, so you can kind of shoot for that. So obviously if you fishing together, you're going to earn the same points, right? So think of All-State as being the best kid in the state of Illinois. So we're giving the award and acknowledging you as an angler from start to finish of the school year as the best angler in the state. Now, can you get points fishing other high school events like IHSA or stuff like that? The answer is yes. The point values are a little different. It's the same percentages, but it is weighted a little different. We weigh the ICAST events the highest because in my opinion, and I think you can ask all the other kids and boaters, that ICAST is kind of like the cream of the crop where the best kids are going to compete. So why not give you the most points at that event, opposed to a field of like 20 where those kids don't compete all the time. They're not super competitive. So we don't want to like pad our stats in that way. So there's the little rundown of the All-State. So it's like a legit All-State award, as in any other sport that you would get that award. So that would acknowledge you being the top 24 angler in the entire state. Boom.
That's a pretty cool system.
Yeah. So it's not perfect, but it's a mathematical system that there's no bias. The only bias is that we give the most points towards ICAST events. Well, it's an ICAST award, so ICAST events, right? So hopefully you guys can kind of gather some points in the next couple of events and kind of pad those stats. So out of all the events that you guys are signed up, how many of the events are you signed up remaining? So we got East Fork, you said yes. Newton, yes. Are you signed up for Clinton?
Yeah.
Okay, Clinton. After Clinton, we have
no.
So Coffeen is before Clinton, so it would be Coffeen, then Clinton. So that's 5.
Heidecke.
No. Are you guys signed up for Heidecke?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And Braidwood.
And Braidwood.
And
yeah.
Braidwood. Nice.
Yeah.
How about the Fox Chain? You guys going all the way close to Wisconsin?
No.
Oh, come on. I went all the way down to Egypt and Kinkaid. Come on. No,
but you're the Fox man. So
that's right. Yeah, you're right. Okay, I'll take that. That was a good one. No, that's a unique lake. If you ever get a chance, and you guys can take that drive, take it, because it's a unique body of water. It can be very tough and it can be really cool at the same time. In the spring, there's no smallmouth. You're not allowed to weigh smallmouth, but in the fall you are. So it's kind of cool. You get a little bit of both, right? So yeah, that's cool. You guys are signed up for literally every event except for the Fox. I will say a lot of Southern teams and West Central. I know you guys are technically West Central, but you're kind of South. They don't really like going all the way up there. It's far. It is far. It's literally like 5 minutes from Wisconsin. So it's
I went to Kankakee, and that was quite the drive.
Yeah, you did go to that one, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
How far of a drive was that for you? Was that 4 hours?
4 hours.
Yeah, 4 hours. Yeah, that's not that bad. It's still tough though, because it's like one of those where like far enough to wake up early in the morning and just get there for the launch, or do we stay overnight? Type of thing.
We stayed overnight about halfway in between.
Yeah, smart. Kind of take away those 2 hours for sure. All right, so what else can you give us on this event 10 from Kinkaid that you haven't already given us? Or are you all spent out and you just don't want to share your secrets?
Won't share the bait.
No, you don't need to. That's okay. That's totally fine. That's
that bait came in for us at Egypt too.
Oh, really?
We caught 7 fish at Egypt, and only one of them wasn't on the bait. Okay.
Let me look up the Egypt stats since I'm here. What place did you guys finish at Egypt?
13th.
I got it right here. 13th, yeah. 9 pound 3 ounces. Yep. 2.6 was your big bass. What a big difference, huh? 2.6 to 6.13. How about big bass at Egypt? That took another record.
Wasn't it
5.13?
Yeah. That's good.
It's
a springtime big bass.
Yeah. That's a good bass. Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, that's essentially what I wanted to do. I wanted to get in touch with the kids that win the events. Again, this is brand new for me. Normally we kind of go into a deep dive of you guys. If you ever want to come on to the hour-long podcast, I'd love to have you. But you guys, I wanted you to be my first event winner podcast and have like a quick, less than 40-minute podcast, get some people out there to kind of get to know who you guys are. Again, we have Gabe K from my left and Brady Holtgrave on my right, from Westland High School, West Central Illinois region anglers. Gabe is really close to being in the top 24 of all-state points. Brady's going to start catching up because I think, from what I've witnessed in the fall, Brady, you got a good partner, and I've been told they've been hyping you up, Brady, that you're kind of the real deal too.
I've been fishing some tournaments like in the summer with my dad in Kentucky.
Yeah,
and those are always pretty fun.
For sure.
We catch a lot of fish there. We catch smallmouth, largemouth, and it's just really nice going into that tournament and then just seeing the results of what people catch on one day of fishing.
Sure. All right. So before I let you guys go, Gabe, what year in school are you?
Senior.
So this is my last year of Gabe K.
Yep.
No, Brady, what year are you?
I'm a sophomore.
Okay, so we got 2 more years of Brady. So who are you gonna fish with next year, Brady?
We
gotta find that out. You gotta find that out. You guys looking at your dad to find out what's going on? Well, you got time. Let's worry about this spring, finish strong. Let's get some all-state points, start padding up our confidence, get ready for the clash, and let's swing for the fences, boys, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I want to thank you guys so much for coming up on the podcast. You got any last words you want to say before we head out?
We'll be back. We'll be coming in top 10 for sure.
Absolutely. I love it. All right. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. And we'll see you at the next
London
time.
boys on Kinkaid, you should get worried.
Anytime.
One false
Good night,
move,
guys.
find yourself, they getting buried. That's with the devil, used to love playing those games. Made some bad decisions that brought my mama pain. I made a promise to her, swore that I would change. I'm on the come up, bet I live up to my name.